with A.J. Desai and Claire Aubry. And Notre Dame wins the tip back. And right away, it's in the arms of Madalacco, the graduate transfer from Princeton. Notre Dame 13-20 last year as Burton makes his move right away. Can't finish. Quality defense from the Skyhawks, and now their first trip.
Great spacing. He had a great lane line drive right there, just wasn't able to convert.
Nesbitt, the Hampton transfer, lets it fly from deep, and Notre Dame tapped it back in, looking for the rebound. So Stonehill is on the board first with a 2.
First bucket for Notre Dame of the year, and it's an own goal, Tyler.
Might as well get that out early. There's a look at the Notre Dame starting 5. 4 returners along with Alacco. The Irish turn it over, and that's something Markus Shrewsberry wants to limit, going back to that exhibition win on Wednesday. Have more possessions because they know they can shoot well.
That was a little bit of a problem for them last year, and they've got to shore that up. And the more experience they get, the more comfortable they're going to be handling the basketball.
Now Notre Dame forces the turnover, and they're playing with pace. Tay Davis wants to start the scoring and draws the blocking foul, a minute 10 in.
Well, you know, that's the thing I was really impressed with them in the exhibition game. Their pace was nothing like the one they played with last year. They are really getting the ball up and down the floor and putting pressure on the defense early.
So now Davis goes to the free throw line. He's in his second season with the Fighting Irish after transferring from Seton Hall a year ago. First one clanked short for Davis, a 72% free throw shooter last season. And now Notre Dame's on the board in the new season. Look at the Stonehill lineup as the Skyhawks make their way up the floor for the first time. They've already played a Monday night victory against Framingham State, and it was Josh Morgan and Todd Braeden each hitting 20-plus points in that game.
Well, that was a Division III opener for them, and they did what you're supposed to do in those games, which is win pretty big. This is a little different animal that they're up against tonight.
81-62, the final score of that Monday night contest. There's the three-pointer, and Markus Burton connects. Notre Dame, its first lead of the new season, and Burton's first 3 points.
That's a good way to start when you've worked on your 3 all offseason, and knocking down that first one is big.
Now Nesbitt a juggle. Davis pressuring him up top. And there's Burton with the steal. Braeden Shrewsberry back to Burton. The hesitation, the fadeaway, left it short. And the foul goes against Kebba Njie underneath. Stonehill basketball, trailing the Irish by 2 early. Kebba Njie will be one to watch tonight for Notre Dame. He's a player that Markus Shrewsberry really thinks with playing a little bit lighter in his frame this year could step up and be a bit bouncier, but he fouled out in just about 7 minutes time there in that exhibition, so we barely got to see him.
Well, you know, my theory on that, Tyler, is that coaches don't call a ton of fouls in practice, and you start to get into the game situation, and all of a sudden it's, oh, that's a foul. And it takes a few games to kind of get used to how the game is going to be called.
Ethan Muser coming off his first career start on Monday, just made the 3. Stonehill has the 1-point lead as Njie goes to work against Muser. The spin around doesn't drop. Davis the offensive board. Through contact, counted in the foul for Tay Davis. And second chance points for Notre Dame.
Well, that's what we were talking with Coach Shrewsberry about this afternoon, was maximizing possessions and getting extra possessions by not turning it over and hitting the offensive boards. And a good example of that right there.
Todd Braeden, the guilty party for Stonehill. The Irish pull back ahead, and you see Stonehill head coach Chris Kraus make some changes for the first time tonight. He's in his 12th season with the Skyhawks. 149-143 his record, the only Canadian head coach in the Division I ranks. And first season Stonehill played Division I basketball 2 years ago. He was the net conference coach of the year. Not a bad start.
Well, here's a fun fact. Stonehill's played 1,927 games, and Chris Krause has participated in 25% of those games as a player, an assistant, and the head coach. That's a lot of contributions to Stonehill, baby.
He has a link to all 3 of Stonehill's all-time Elite 8 appearances in the Division II tournaments. Catch and shoot. Braeden, Shrewsberry, that's what he provides, that 3-point effect, and he's got Notre Dame up 5.
Braeden is a sniper. I don't know that you could catch it and shoot it any quicker than he just did there.
Shrewsberry and Burton each with triples early. Now Josh Morgan looking for the answer. He's long. But Notre Dame disconnects after the defensive board. Louis Simona lets it fly. Now this time the Irish corral it with Njie. Alako in a one-on-one spot. Threw it into the corner. Now a tussle for it. Looks like Stonehill will take it.
You love it when you see a play like that. There's 13 guys pointing fingers in that direction when it's really going this way.
You can tell everybody, especially on that Notre Dame side, very excited, maybe a little bit over anxious at times on some of those rebounds to get it started. It's fun to be out there for the first time. For Stonehill, go on the road to an environment like this as well. There's a hard foul as Davis came crashing in. Just over 4 minutes in, Notre Dame the early lead on a couple of 3-pointers. 10-5 Fighting Irish here at Purcell Pavilion as Markus Burton's been getting it going early. Finding Braeden Shrewsberry for a triple.
Hey, get out the way.
5 points early on. A couple of threes out of the gate for Notre Dame. Skyhawks have hit one themselves. Simona drives and kicks out to the right wing where Alex Bates, the 4th, couldn't hit. We see Sir Mohammed, the freshman, with his first touches. Mohammed's really the centerpiece of this Notre Dame freshman class going into the year. Top 60 national recruit, and not a big surprise to see him out there this early. It'll be fun to see how he fares to get it started.
Well, they've got multiple substitutions at the break, and Coach Shrewsberry in the exhibition played 11 guys in the first 9 minutes. So this is something I think Notre Dame fans are going to be seeing a lot, especially early in the season as he tries to figure out what's going to be the core rotation for this team.
That was something he dealt with last year. A lot of different starting lineups as he just tried to find a way to get Notre Dame full 40 minutes of strong gameplay with the members in there. Stonehill converts with the Nesbitt jumper. It's now a 3-point ball game. Nesbitt the steal. He's been all over the place for the Skyhawks. Simona in front of the Irish bench ties the game at 10 with his 3-pointer. Timeout Fighting Irish. Micah Shrewsberry wants to get his guys a chance to regroup, and he identified throughout last season and going into this year a couple of different points during games where Notre Dame has to be better. The first few minutes of each halves and in the middle part of the first half, and right now he wants to give his guys a chance to get back on track as Stonehill's look good out of the break.
Well, that 3 came directly off a scout-specific thing, and you could tell he went immediately to that timeout, and he wants to address it. Personnel-wise and action-wise, that's something that they talked about during today's walkthrough, and he did not like it.
He's in his 2nd season with Notre Dame, coming over from Penn State, and already with his recruiting during this past offseason, building Notre Dame up, a top 5 class as of right now coming in for next year, and he showed a lot of signs of improvement throughout ACC play last year, overperforming expectations. They're projected 10th in the conference going into this year.
Well, we showed that graphic of Coach Shrews's resume, but we didn't talk about him being a GA at DePauw University for me.
You would know. Another one of those grad transfers from Notre Dame, Nikita Konstantinovsky, for 25 from Kiev, Ukraine, got involved underneath, but ran out of space. Possession stays on the Notre Dame offensive end.
Nikita did not play in the exhibition, had a little bit of an injury, and they wanted to kind of hold him out and get him ready for this game. So this is his first game action.
There's a strong offensive rebound, but Stonehill pokes it away. Now Simona steps around the sliding Konstantinovsky, pushes the pace 5-on-4. Open look for Bates, wide left. Logan Imes, another sophomore guard with the rebound. J.R. Konechny. Markus Shrewsberry identified him as a guy that could really break out, not because he's doing more, but because he's doing less and doing it a lot better going into this year.
That's that pace we were talking about. Burton gave it up early, and the defense is just, they're back, but they're not really set, and they attack him for a layup.
Christopher Mellis, the senior forward, short on the elbow jumper. Here come the Irish again, getting up the floor quickly. Mohammed looking for his first collegiate points, wide left. Stonehill hanging with the Fighting Irish early. Comes a drive from Mellis, right into Konstantinovsky, tie up, jump ball. Possession arrow points in favor of Stonehill.
Pretty good D right there. He didn't get too handsy and was able to get his hands in there at the end and tie him up.
Konstantinovsky spent last season at Monmouth, previous stops at Northeastern A&M and Tulsa.
He's been around a little bit.
Yes, he has, a journeyman. Chance underneath for Chaz Stinson, junior guard. And now Notre Dame outlets for Konechny. And in rhythm, he hits. That's a three. And Notre Dame's back ahead by 5.
Well, we talked about him with Coach Shrewsberry this afternoon, and he's very impressed with how well he's playing. And he's playing better, doing less, as Coach Shrewsberry told us today. Knows where his shots are coming from, ready to take them, and really crashing and active on the offensive glass so far in the offseason and into the beginning of this season.
5 straight points for Konechny as take another look at that Stonehill charge.
A little bit of an acting job there, but we'll take it.
Well, Sir Mohammed will be showing some wisdom beyond his first freshman game right there as he took it. Now it's Burton on the turnaround. He's got it. Notre Dame by 7. Largest lead of the night.
Such an under control drive. He comes to a stop on 2 feet, which gives him all kinds of options, and he's able to just kiss that in off the glass.
Muser tingles the twine on the other end, and Stonehill cuts the Notre Dame lead down to 4.
That is not a great matchup for Nikita because Muser is a pick and pop 3-point shooting big, and you got to come out and play him.
He's hot early, 8 points. The lead scorer for Stonehill. Logan Imes on the other end, knocks one through. Notre Dame, with under 12 minutes to play in the first half, restores the 6-point edge. It's the first points of the season for Imes. Now thrown away, that was not deflected. With 11:40 to go in the first half, it's Notre Dame 19, Stonehill 13. We'll take our timeout on the floor here at Purcell Pavilion. Notre Dame in its season opener against Stonehill.
I think it's incredibly challenging. I think the transition to Division I is tough enough, and then they have to do it in the middle of the new Division I NIL life, right? Like it's college basketball is totally different right now than it was 5 years ago, and to have to navigate both of those things at the same time, it's going to be a big challenge for the Stonehill program.
They trail by 6 with 11.5 to go. First half in South Bend. Chaz Stinson reaches in to knock the pass away. Possession stays with the Fighting Irish. It's been a balanced effort so far for Notre Dame offensively. 5 different scores. Meanwhile, for Stonehill, Kebba Njie, who is on the bench for now, has a game-high 8 points on 2 of 2 3-point shooting. Shrewsberry cutting on the feed from Davis, left it short. Stinson scampers away with the board. Stinson backs in and travels. Caught himself off balance. He's a key returner for this Stonehill squad, but just couldn't come up with the right play there.
He had every intention of pushing off with his elbow as well, and the defender, I think it was Shrewsberry, had enough space that it made him travel because he was expecting his body and it wasn't there.
Stinson 10 starts last season as a sophomore. Stonehill returning just one of its starters from a year ago when they were 4-27, but much better than that. First year in the Northeast Conference, 10-6 in conference play, and projected in a tie for 8th for the NEC this season. There's a lot go for Notre Dame. Another grad transfer, Kebba Njie from Lehigh. Eight to shoot as Roper sends it back for Alako. Quick burst to set up the Davis three. High riser. Stonehill comes up with it. But into a double team. Out to Todd Braeden. Stinson spins on Kebba Njie. Everything there but the finish. Notre Dame using pace again. Shrewsberry off to the right. Now numbers for the Skyhawks. There's Braeden alone, and he lays it in. There's a foul on the back end as well.
Stonehill giving the Irish a little bit of their own medicine right there. Braeden Shrewsberry had a really good look at the three. Ball comes out long, and a little bit of a home run trot by the Irish. I think, you know, transition defense, you're going to be good at transition offense. You also should be good at transition defense, and they just weren't ready on that possession.
Todd Braeden coming off a career night, 20 points and 8 rebounds in Monday's Stonehill win. And he's got all 3 on the basket and foul for Stonehill. 3-point game midway through the first half. Underneath, Alako has the bucket. Notre Dame restores the 5-point lead as Matt Alako has his first bucket with Notre Dame.
Great cut and a great screen by Braeden Shrewsberry to get that wide open bucket right there. Alako, such a steadying influence on this team. Exactly the medicine the Irish needed to add to their squad this year.
That's what Markus Shrewsberry said the team really missed last year. Such a young squad, returning less than 2% of its points. There's Braeden Shrewsberry floating one home to make it a 7-point Irish lead.
And that is the thing that we talked about with Burton, adding the 3-point shot. The thing that Braeden Shrewsberry is trying to do is add the bounce a little bit, because people are going to run him off the 3-point line, and if he can score off the dribble a little bit, that's going to make him so much more dangerous.
Look at the Shrewsberry drive. He's a guy who set Notre Dame records last year. Points in a freshman ACC tournament debut. Made 3-pointers in conference play, ACC play. But if you can do more of that inside the arc, that's going to go a long way for Notre Dame, which already has a talented backcourt.
He's what we call a sniper, Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
But that last bucket, he kind of used what they call the hostage dribble. Had his defender on his back, and that guy, he is such an interesting story.
Kebba Njie, the transfer from Lehigh, has Notre Dame up 10 with his first Notre Dame score.
But not only is he a transfer from Lehigh, he started at Division III Bowdoin in Maine, went to Lehigh, didn't really play much for 2 straight years, and all of a sudden, as a junior, he's playing effectively, and now he finds himself at Notre Dame. What a crazy journey.
22-game starter last year. Shrewsberry from the left corner, and Notre Dame has it cooking on offense now. 13-point lead on the Braeden Shrewsberry triple. 8:15 to play in the first half. Notre Dame has its largest lead of the evening. Up a baker's dozen on back-to-back threes from Kebba Njie and Braeden Shrewsberry. You're watching men's college basketball on the ACC Network.
That is a wild story to me.
Yeah. Welcome back. Here's a look at the ACC preseason poll entering the 2024-25 campaign. Duke and North Carolina each ranked inside the national top 10. And hey, the next three teams behind them, Shrewsberry, Notre Dame beat last year. Wake Forest, Clemson, and Virginia. Notre Dame projected a 10th place finish. Last year they overperformed, predicted last, ended up 12th, as you got the three newcomers in there as well, SMU, Cal, Stanford.
Well, all you have to do is look at Indiana football and know how much the polls matter.
Exactly. You never know. Indiana undefeated. It's college football season around here too. Notre Dame's in the mix. Excited to have basketball back, leading by 13. That goes down to 10 as Louis Simona hits another triple.
You know, that is that's Stonehill's strength, is they've got some bigs that can stretch it and shoot it, and they have got to get out there to guard. They were late that time, and they made them pay.
Simona 6 points now on 2 made threes. Skyhawks 4 for 11 from deep. Lacko on the move. Scott Davis in the corner. Getting some space, lost the handle. And it'll stay with Notre Dame, 10 on the timer.
Well, you're the hockey guy, and this substitution kind of looks like hockey. I mean, he's rolling guys in and out.
He was
They're just not jumping over the little ledge, and they have to wait until the buzzer sounds. Right.
Can't have I don't know what the too many men on the ice equivalent for basketball would be. Gotta wait your turn as Burton makes his move. And with the timer running late, Njie wrestles in the board. It's a tie ball, and the arrow points to Notre Dame. Markus Burton, 5 points on 2 of 6 shooting so far. Has been somewhat slow to get going. Njie on the inside for Notre Dame with 3 rebounds. That ties with Konstantinovsky for a team lead. Shrewsberry down the line. Lacko recovers the deflected pass. Sir Mohammed on the march. Got it for 2.
Good, strong drive. He initiated the contact and really held the defender off with his body right there. What a good-looking freshman.
First collegiate points for the Charlotte, North Carolina native Mohammed. Notre Dame back up a dozen. Muser, the leading Skyhawk scorer. Braeden with 5 to shoot. Step back jumper, Simona, long. And Mohammed grabbed on the rebound. Good reach and good work from Braeden to pull that in.
Excuse me, I'm looking at Kraus, Coach Kraus over there, and it looked to me like Muser turned that one down, and he's already made a couple, and they're not going to get any better looks than that. He can't be turning them down when he has them. He's setting screens in the high post and then popping back out, and he was open that time. That's exactly what his coach let him know when he came to the bench.
He checks out. That's Herman Kofi, a freshman, letting it rip. Another offensive rebound for Braeden. Pulled in 8 boards on Monday. Stinson running out of time. Braeden from up top, he's got another one. 5th three-pointer of the night for the Skyhawks to match Notre Dame. Stonehill 13 for 31 from deep back on Monday. They made at least 6 triples in each half. Mohammed driving in, clutching it near his hip. Couldn't finish. Good defensive work, and now numbers for Stonehill. Stinson goes himself. And Njie skies for the rebound, and outlets for Shrewsberry. Look at this pace. Shrewsberry turns it into a Notre Dame bucket.
Good, strong drive. Again, he kept his balance. He was physical by getting his body into the defender. And that's the sort of play you were not going to see Braeden make last year. Been in the weight room. He's stronger, more confident off the bounce. He's made a lot of progress.
Open look off the screen. Herman Kofi releases and connects. He's on the board tonight with the three-pointer. Burton runs into a block as Stinson got him from behind. 4:57 to go in the first half. Notre Dame still leading by 8. We take a look back at the Stonehill threes. They've been making these early on.
And it's their bigs. It's another three by their bigs. This time they go under the handoff, and he makes them pay for going under the handoff.
But Njie takes a foul underneath. Nesbitt wanted to go the other way with it for the Skyhawks, but he'll have to hold.
In talking to Coach Krause this afternoon, I said, well, what do you got to do to win today? And he's like, well, we got to stop him in transition, right? We got to stop him in transition. And then and then he said, and we got to make some buckets. And right now, they are making some buckets and holding this thing close.
Do you like their transition defense so far? Notre Dame obviously wants to go quick. Look out. Is that reaction time right there? That's 37 years of experience.
I've been in the gym. I've been in the gym. I've only been injured by a basketball one time in my career.
Not tonight.
Not tonight. It's not going to be tonight. I'll see it coming tonight. I didn't see it coming the day I got injured.
So it stays with Notre Dame. Irish are 5 for 10 from deep, 48% from the floor so far. Just 6 to shoot for Burton, backing his way in. Lockout got his man in the air. Another shot fake, he delivers. There's the experience of a lockout. What a composed play. Notre Dame lead back to 11. Alacco's got 5. Nesbitt steps around Burton away from Konstantinovsky and hits it. Dame speeds back the other direction. Konechny couldn't roll it home. 4 minutes to go now. Still a 9-point game. Nesbitt sets up Simona. Can't hit. Burton the board. Imes with room in the corner. Got it. Alacco the setup. Notre Dame throws the lead again to 12.
Good push, and I think that's the thing that's going to be important for Notre Dame is that's not Markus Burton dribbling the ball down the floor. That's guys passing the ball up the sideline. No matter how quick you are, and Markus Burton is quick, that ball's going to go a lot faster when it's passed.
Another Stonehill miss from deep, and here come the Irish nearing the final 3 minutes. Burton turns on the acceleration, draws the foul, and that brings us to a timeout on the floor. 3:05 to go first half. Notre Dame by 12 on back-to-back three-pointers as Logan Imes hit to bring the Irish into a 12-point advantage. First Alacco, and then he set up his sophomore teammate, Notre Dame 39. Stonehill 27 on the ACC network.
First one, ham and cheese. That's easy, because it's
Yep, that's all good.
It's not one worthy, but I don't want to put it forward. But yeah, I gotta go for it. It's not 5. That's solid. That's solid. 8 solid. 5. 5. I could accept 40. And then last chicken sandwich. 1. Oh my, that's all. That's good. That's good. Yeah, for sure.
Thank you. Look at the game summary with 3:05 to play in the first half. Notre Dame up 39-27 on Stonehill. For the Skyhawks, it was a quick 8 points for Ethan Muser. He's been quiet lately. Braeden Shrewsberry, a terrific start with 10 for Notre Dame. Both teams have hit frequently from deep. Coach, what stood out to you about the first 16 minutes?
Well, I think the three-point shooting, even though for both teams, but that's what's keeping Stonehill hanging around. And it's their bigs have made 4 of the 6 threes that they've hit so far. Notre Dame's threes are coming from all over the place. And as we were talking to Coach Shrews earlier today, he thinks shooting is going to be a big strength for this team. And you can tell that a lot of the shots are coming straight off the script.
Notre Dame's in the bonus, so Markus Burton's got the 1-and-1 chance. It was 1 year ago tonight. He put a program record 29 points up in a freshman debut against Niagara, breaking LaFonso Ellis' mark. Give him 7 now in this ball game.
I'll tell you what, when you're coaching and you have a freshman who gets 29 in his first game, you're feeling pretty good.
Yeah, future on display immediately. Not waiting around.
You're feeling like, and he's going to have the ball in his hands all the time for the next, hopefully, 4 years. You're feeling like you got some stuff to work with right there.
He's got some more help too with guys like Alako in the backcourt. It's not going to be all Markus Burton bringing the ball ahead like it was a year ago for Notre Dame.
Well, because of that, I think you'll see a lot of things change, particularly with shooting percentages and those kinds of things, because there's just such a higher comfort level on the things that they're doing.
That's been another comfortable jumper for Stonehill. He has 6, back to a 12-point game. Konstantinovsky walks his way in, ducks underneath, power move, got the roll. Konstantinovsky is on the board for the first time in blue and gold.
Well, they left him on an island to guard him one-on-one right there, and it was a good decision just to hang on and go to your good stuff down there and score one-on-one.
Shabona turns the corner on Imes. Directs the pass through. Now a look for Muser. Couldn't hit this time. Chase for the board. Possession Notre Dame. It was Braeden again crashing for that rebound. He's been a busy man on the glass. Notre Dame denied him that time. Take a look at that Nesbitt jumper. Konstantinovsky on the other end of that matchup with Muser. What do you like about his presence on the inside?
Well, he's huge.
Yeah.
Right? He's huge, which is important. I mean, you got to have people that take up some space. And he's a very active player. He plays really hard. And those are two things that you can work with.
6'10", the height for the Ukrainian forward. Burton goes behind the back with 10 to shoot. Minute and a half to play in the first half.
Just
Stonehill
keeps coming at you. He just keeps coming at you. And at some point, they just reach out and put their hands on him, and the whistle blows, and now he's on the free throw line again.
Another 1-and-1, a team foul against Stonehill. Njie returns to the floor for Notre Dame. Burton's got the first. The Notre Dame freshman scoring record, 577 points last year. Enters the season ranked 40th in the ESPN Top 100 rankings. And he's 2 for 2 again. Notre Dame leads by 16. Now for Burton, he's 4 of 4 from the stripe. Simona on the feed from Muser. Back iron. Njie scrambles and feeds Kebba.
Good hustle by the big guy to get on the floor and possess that ball.
Njie just under 5.5 rebounds a game last year. There goes Burton again. Out of control, he recovers. Kebba on the move. Takes the foul underneath, and he'll go to the line for 2.
I think those are the situations that Markus is going to continue to get better at. That time he kind of drove it into a crowd, and then he spun back into the crowd, and that can be a little bit of trouble. And again, he escaped the turnover, but it was close.
J.R. Kebba headed to the line. He's a bit shaken up there. I mean, you want to talk about great stories on this Notre Dame team. He's a guy from South Bend, Indiana, went to St. Joseph High School, played only 22 minutes in his first 2 seasons here, but then broke out last year, starting 19 games and averaging just under 8 per contest.
Did a great job for him last year as his first opportunity to be a rotation player, and whether he was starting or coming off the bench, I think he was playing 23 or so minutes a game, and Coach Shrews thinks he's playing better right now than he was last year. So just another part of the Irish depth.
He goes 1 for 2 at the line. Notre Dame's been getting there a lot more often than Stonehill in this first half. The Irish put on a high press for really the first time tonight. 35 seconds to go until the break. Notre Dame by 17. A balanced offensive start. Quick feed underneath. Kofi couldn't bank it home, and the shot clock goes dark for Notre Dame's possession.
Pretty good set by Stonehill right there. Just didn't convert at the end.
In the hands of Burton. Now Davis with 6. Davis takes it himself. Blocked by Muser. Does Stonehill have time? Just over midcourt. Goes long on the try from Mellis. Notre Dame 46, Stonehill 29 at halftime. 4 with at least 6. The Skyhawks begin with the basketball in half number 2. Skyhawks looking for their first 2-0 start in 8 years. They need quite the rally. Nesbitt looks to get it started. Davis hauls down the rebound. Shrewsberry catch and shoot from Burton, sophomore to sophomore, and Braeden Shrewsberry's got 13.
The official gave him a little bit of the side eye right there, like maybe he thought he might have flopped on that one, but I don't know. I was blocked by the monitor. I didn't really see it.
Look on the other end now, and the Skyhawks convert. Braeden another 3-pointer. He's taken over the team lead with 9 points.
Well, I think that's the deal for them. And on the last possession, they had Muser open again and didn't throw back to him. And I think if they're going to stay in this game, they got to take advantage of those bigs that are open on the perimeter for 3-point shots.
Shrewsberry again. This time Burton catches low and hoists. Left it short. Njie, great tip to Tay Davis. Davis catches his own rebound and draws the shooting foul.
You know, we're going to see Shrews is he really catches it and gets it up there quick. He doesn't need a lot of time, that's for sure. But, you know, a little detail right there. Burton ghosted that ball screen, which means he didn't really set it. He kind of ran through it. Shrews made the right play because he got both guys to go with him, but the problem was he threw it on Burton's shoes, and it wasn't a good rhythm catch, and wasn't able to result in a really good rhythm shot for Burton. The details of passing are really important, especially when you're trying to take perimeter shots. You don't want to have to reach down or reach behind you or reach over your head. It just screws up your rhythm as a shooter.
Tay Davis in rhythm from the free throw line. 2 for 2 trip.
I'm nitpicking on him a little bit there, Tyler. Sorry.
Oh, that's what Markus Shrewsberry would want.
Yeah, I'm sure his dad was thinking the same thing. Throw it to his hands.
Muser, another three-pointer. That's his third of the night to lead Stonehill.
He's almost making me it seem like I know what I'm talking about, but I think that's their golden ticket if they want to hang around.
Tay Davis, 4 in a row for Notre Dame as he converts on the floater.
Tay just getting in there, using his athleticism and just jumping over the top of everybody for that bucket.
Nesbitt with his speed takes this one out. Notre Dame basketball. And Tay Davis is a guy who finished last year so strong. 7 consecutive games in double figures and showed off his scorer's touch right there.
Well, he's a little bit of a vet. He's been around a little bit. He keeps getting better. And they're dependent on him for that kind of play.
There are those last 7 games, well over 13 points per game, and efficient 13.3 as well. Oh, he looks for Kebba Njie. Notre Dame keeps it moving. Alako open left wing, money. Notre Dame by 21 on Alako's three-pointer, number 2 on the night.
Matt Alako at Princeton last year was the only player in the nation that shot 50% from the floor, 40% from 3, and 90% from the free throw line.
It's pretty good.
That's pretty good. That's pretty efficient.
Second team All Ivy League each of the last 2 seasons.
And he does that. He does that sort of stuff. If you watch the ball go loose, like, he's not a particularly explosive looking athlete, but if the ball goes loose, he's just got this sense of, I'm gonna get it. He's just one of those guys. He's super active, incredibly competitive player.
Big part of that Cinderella run Princeton made the NCAA tournament 2 years ago. 2023, they beat both Arizona and Mizzou, got into the Sweet 16 as a 15 seed.
I'll tell you what, you could in this day and age, you could do worse than go try to figure out how to get Princeton's best player as a grad transfer. Northwestern did it last year with Langsborg and helped them get to the tournament.
Under 17 to play here in South Bend. Notre Dame leads by 21. A couple of shot fakes from Muser. Now he's got the mismatch on Shrewsberry, and Shrewsberry stuffs him.
Well, it's not what he wanted to do right there. He kind of slow drove it in there, and then he went right hand, right shoulder, right into Braeden Shrewsberry's hand. And that's not going to get it.
Shrewsberry's 5 inches shorter than him and defended him to perfection. Now the timer's running low. Burton jabs it away. Check that, it's Mohammed. And this one is out. Looks like it'll stay with Stonehill with limited time to get a shot off.
Got to know the clock right here.
Simona gets it right back from Muser. The 3 goes long and Burton hauls it down. Burton on the drive. Kofi picks his pocket. Notre Dame had some turnover troubles in that exhibition game on Wednesday as Stonehill turns it into points, making it and 1. Louis Simona with the hoop in the arm.
Braeden trailed him off that screen right there. Didn't get a lot of help.
goes against Sir Mohammed. Simona has a chance at a three-point play, sophomore from Cincinnati, Ohio. Stonehill got to the line a lot in that Monday win. 21 converted free throws for the Skyhawks. That one stays out. Just their second foul shot of the night. Notre Dame has 11.
I think Notre Dame's defense has, in general, been pretty good tonight. They're funneling them to areas where they want them to go.
Njie, the high catch, he's got it. And there's an and one on the other end for Notre Dame.
Great play by Burton.
Sets up Kebba Njie. Notre Dame will have a free throw on the other side. All Irish up by 21. Kebba Njie puts it in for, hasn't had his most efficient game tonight, 2 for 8 from the floor, but he still found many ways to impact this game. 5 assists, 3 rebounds to go with his 9 points.
He's the straw that stirs the drink, man. You know, and he doesn't the thing I think he's going to have to figure out as the year goes on is he maybe doesn't have to score, right? There's just a lot of ways that he can help this ball club. I want to talk about Cooper Flagg being first team All ACC without ever playing in an ACC game. That's
high expectations.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. At least Markus has scored over 500 points.
Right.
Holy mackerel.
Kebba Njie at the line looking to finish a 3-point play. And he does. Notre Dame up 22 with under 16 minutes to play in this one. Those are the first 3 points of the game for Kebba Njie, and he'll take a seat. Jeff Stinson at the controls for Stonehill. Josh Morgan, very quiet tonight, still yet to score after posting 25 on Monday. 5 on the timer. Burton, airtight defense. That's a great trip down for Notre Dame.
Great defensive possession by the Irish, and you're right. They have done a terrific job on Morgan. He really hasn't had any daylight driving it, shooting it, any way you like it. He just really hasn't had any room to operate.
Stantonovsky has just checked back in for the Irish. Notre Dame locates Burton, creating space. Perfection from Markus Burton.
Tough. He got it. He had space that time. He got it in there to his zone where he likes to shoot that little fadeaway jump shot, and able to get that one to go down.
11 points now. Stonehill the answer. Herman Kofi another 3-pointer. That's his second. 21-point game with 14.5 remaining. Here goes Burton again, and that'll happen sometimes. He's a smaller guy at 5'11", and that time Skyhawks rejected him. Notre Dame will keep it. The Irish have a full line change set to come in, keeping with the hockey analogy. You've got 3 guys, Imes, Davis, and Kebba coming in. Stonehill sends Mellis back to the bench as Braeden returns. Kebba catch and shoot in the corner. Stonehill fouls Davis, looking for the rebound catch.
And that was an awfully physical screen that Burton just set on that out-of-bounds play. Defender just ran right into him, no call.
What have you made of this start to the second half for Notre Dame? Because the Irish were on fire in the last 10 minutes of half number 1 as the Irish draw another foul underneath. They outscored Stonehill 27-13 in the last 10 minutes, and shot 9 of 14 from the field. Micah Shrewsberry talked about it all throughout last season during the preseason. We've got to be better coming out to start second halves. How do you think they've looked in this one?
I don't think the ball's moving as much. You know, I don't think they've gotten into that rhythm that they had in the first half, and that is, you know, the thing. Micah calls it flow, but I think they've got multiple actions and reads that they can go to, and they should be able to go from one to the next, and they're really kind of settling on the first action a lot here to start the half.
Burton wiggles, got 2 in the air, and banks in the turnaround. He's taken over in these recent minutes, given 13 points to tie a game high.
That's an all ACC play right there.
Muser fires beyond Burton. Davis snatches down the board. Davis wants to go coast to coast. Instead, he'll set up Konechny. Stantanovsky reaches it over the top. 25-point lead for Notre Dame. Timeout Skyhawks. Markus Burton has caught fire early in this second half. He's tied Braeden Shrewsberry with a game-high 13 points. Notre Dame leads by 25 on the ACC network. What do we still have pre-built? Okay. I don't think that's relevant. Yeah.
Everybody loves those three-pointers.
They're 53 tonight. 53 tonight. Thank you. And doing it with the three-point shooting, well clear of last season's average here tonight.
Well, Tyler, I think that even though they didn't shoot a good number last year, I think that was a product of their youth. What you're seeing tonight is these shots are coming off the script. So when you watch Notre Dame work out, they have plotted every possible driving opportunity and every spacing of their shooters on the perimeter. And you can see that these guys are so comfortable when they are getting these three-point opportunities. And that's going to affect your percentage, that's for sure.
Both teams have hit 9 triples tonight.
And then you want the right guy shooting it too, don't forget that.
Here's Burton. He's been the right guy so far in the second half. Give him a game-high 15 points.
Put him in jail right there. He got the defender on his back. Kind of challenged other guys to help. They backed off. He just lays it in. Now
he defends Josh Morgan. Morgan still waiting to get on the board, and he'll have a chance at the line as he just kind of wrangled his way right underneath Markus Burton.
That was actually Kofi, I think. Or maybe not. No.
Morgan indeed.
You're right. It was Morgan, and he had his mind made up. He's like, I had 25 the other night. I gotta get a bucket here.
Yeah, boy, he's just snake bitten tonight. And hit the first one. He did get in some foul trouble early, so we haven't seen him out there as much as expected. Just 12 minutes. Does hit the second, so he is on the board. And the Notre Dame lead shrinks back to 26.
Wow, that was the nacho shot right there, Tyler.
Yeah, that would have been
If he missed that one, everybody's eating nachos.
I suppose that's why you heard a little bit more from the student section back there.
So it's 2 in a row for
Two in a
nachos.
row. You got to scan the QR code up on the video board.
I would think they'll be giving away. It's not like that doesn't happen.
Yeah?
It happens a lot. It happened too often to me when I was coaching. Watching guys miss 2 in a row. But, you know, we didn't have that nacho money that Notre Dame had. We got a lot of nacho money they're ready to spread around.
None to give away just yet as Stonehill goes back to work nearing the final 12 minutes. We're going to let it go from deep. That's well long. Mohammed the rebound. Chebahar, Alako, Kebba have all returned. And that's Kebba on the drive. Forces the foul. 11:51 to play in regulation. Notre Dame leads 67-41 as you're watching men's college basketball on the ACC network.
Do the students know they're getting nachos?
Yeah, if they scan it up there. You put in your email and your name. And then, yeah.
Sorry about that, Will.
Over there, and how does that help a program like Notre Dame?
It's great, although you know they've had a bunch of flooding here recently, which is just awful if you've seen the pictures. But you know, I've had an opportunity to lead a bunch of those trips in my career, and beyond the basketball part, which is great, you get extra practices and you get the basketball stuff, but just the opportunity to be with your teammates to learn some stuff without cracking a book. Right, and bond a little bit with your teammates and player to player, coaches to player. You know, those things are the kind of things that can really develop chemistry in a team and take you a long way during the season.
So Mohammed, the offensive rebound after an 0-for-2 trip to the line by Kebba. Now a deflected pass and a steal. Morgan down the middle. He takes the contact against Notre Dame. I wanted to ask you after that Mohammed offensive rebound. You know, this freshman, we've gotten a good look at him tonight. The main piece of this freshman class for Notre Dame. What have you made of his performance so far tonight? He's 1 for 5 with 2 points and 4 boards.
You know, when you look at him, he's already kind of a big, strong guy. But when this time next year, you're probably not going to even recognize that kid. He's 6'6". He can shoot it a little bit. He can put it on the deck. He's a very versatile guy, and he already has a kind of a college motor. He's playing really hard, and as he continues to figure things out, I think he's going to be a great piece for the Irish.
Josh Morgan, the incarnate word grad transfer, hits both free throws. 67-43 Notre Dame with 11.5 to play. 2 of the season for Stonehill, the opener for the Fighting Irish. For Chebahar, got Muser in the air. Taps it back for Mohammed. Chebahar open in the corner. Lefty fire. Imes keeps it moving. Notre Dame spreading out to haul down the offensive boards. Kebba can't finish. Chebahar has it leak away. Finally, Stonehill basketball.
Well, Mohammed kept that possession alive for him, too. Very active.
4 subs enter for the Fighting Irish. Davis, Salako, Roper, Shrewsberry, and Njie out there now. Todd Braeden returns to the floor for Stonehill. Four personals tonight against Braeden, but he's been effective with 9 points, 3 rebounds. Morgan makes his move on Alako. Davis the help defense, and a foul against Notre Dame.
I think Notre Dame's defensive game plan was, it looks like they're basically going under all the ball screens on the Stonehill perimeter guys and just making them prove it from the three-point line, which they really haven't been able to do, their perimeter guys, and it's a plan that's worked out well.
The foul went against Alako, his first. Stonehill now on the bonus. Morgan has been a frequent visitor of the charity stripe in this second half. He's got another one. Now 3 for 4. Hits them both. 5 points in the first 10 minutes of half number 2 for Morgan. Go down the baseline. Takes a bump from behind. That'll be foul against Stonehill. That puts Notre Dame in the bonus. So I beg your pardon, the Irish in the bonus rather than the Skyhawks. Notre Dame just 5 team fouls in this second half.
You're seeing Olaco's value right now when they're able to try to give Burton a blow. He's going to be able to be the primary ball handler for him, and I think that's something that they were missing a little bit last season.
Olako hits the front end of the 1-and-1. It was a lot more Logan Himes last year, another freshman season ago that took the brunt of the ball handling when Burton was unavailable. Now the officials are straightening something out with Kebba Njie. Olako's knocking on the door of double figures. And he's the 3rd Fighting Irish player to join the club. Give him 10 on tonight. We'll talk about his 50-40-90 ability from here ago. He's 3 for 3 from the field, 2 of 2 from deep, 2 of 2 from the stripe.
What a shocker.
Takes the right shots. Efficient was the word that Markus Shrewsberry used.
Well, when you're in an efficiency club all by yourself, like the only guy in the country that has done it at major college basketball, that is some efficiency.
He did it with a sample size too. I mean, another part of being the only player in the league with that combination. He's the only guy with 25 games played to hit those totals.
Well, he's a very experienced guy. You know, part of that Princeton team that went to the Elite Eight. 2-time second-team All-Ivy player, and hyper competitive dude. Which, as a coach, you can't get enough of those guys.
To Davis, a 1 for 2 trip at the line. Notre Dame now up 25 with 13 of 18 free throw shooting tonight. Olako defends Braeden. And yet another foul. It's been a physical opening 10 minutes of half number 2. Both teams
they might have missed the first 3 on that possession. I'm not sure. That was a bunch of grabbing and WWE stuff going on.
It's become a bit of a brawl. Both teams 0 for their last 4 from the field. Braeden connects on the first free throw. Notre Dame hasn't hit a shot in the last 3 minutes. Stonehill, no field goals in the last 4:43. So we're just playing scrappy old school ball here midway through the second half. Braeden's got them both. It's a 23-point game, and he ties Muser for the team high with 11 points.
Well, you got 10 minutes left in this game, and what you'd like to see Notre Dame do is forget the scoreboard and just really execute offensively.
Shrewsberry on the drive. Njie hauls in the board. Fresh 20 for Notre Dame. Burton will let it go. Comes up short. Now racing the other way. Burton stymies his man Stinson. Heavy fall.
I'll tell you what, when he can get to the point where that shot's not a second thought, like you could see that he like hesitated.
Right.
Am I taking this one? I mean, he sets the screen, the curl goes off of him, he pops up, he's open, he's just got to go ahead and take that one. Or not take it at all.
Just have to know when you get it. Stinson good on the first free throw. Stonehill within 22 points now. Both teams have entered the bonus. Notre Dame 7 fouls as a team. Stonehill with 9.
We're going back to that. You know, when you turn it down, it's really hard to take it with confidence after that.
All about that seed of doubt.
Even when you're as good as he is.
Yeah. There he's got it again, finding Kebba Njie. Just one field goal tonight, make it 2. 9 minutes to play. Notre Dame restores its 23-point lead. Njie 5 points to go with 8 rebounds. Open space, short right corner. Braeden couldn't get it to go. Stonehill now without a field goal in 6 minutes. Njie goes to work again. No space.
See,
it doesn't matter.
See, you know what's funny about that? I was looking at the rosters the other day, and you know they have like their weight and their position and whatever. No one wants to be a center anymore, right? There's not a center on either one of these teams, but that center stuff that Njie's doing these last couple possessions is just back to the basket, big man post move.
Davis intercepted a pass, but Burton lost the handle closing in for Notre Dame, and now Stonehill settles down the pace with under 8 minutes to go. 25-point Irish lead in Notre Dame's season opener. Game 2 for Stonehill, off to a 1-0 start. First meeting between these two schools as fellow Division I programs. Morgan, shot clock winding down, couldn't break it in. Stinson hauls down the board, undersized against Davis, and just couldn't quite get the bounce. Notre Dame a distinct advantage on the interior tonight, 28-8, their margin, points in the painted area. Burton steps into one from deep, and there it is. That'll restore some confidence.
Yep, and I think he's got to shoot that because a lot of people are going to do just that. They're going to go under that ball screen and make him prove it, and he's got to shoot that with confidence.
Notre Dame up 28. Markus Burton a game high 18 points is his second three-pointer as the Irish up big on the ACC network. We'll see how much longer he sticks in the game with Notre Dame up 28, but Kebba Njie's closing in on a double-double. 7 points, 10 rebounds for him. Bill, you said he's not a center. How would you describe the role he's played tonight?
Well, I think he's just, when he gets the opportunity to post and he can get to that right-handed hook, he's really, really good. But what I really like about it is he's working his way to the offensive glass every single time. He's the extra possession guy. He's the guy who can, he's strong enough, he can kind of push his opponent underneath the rim and get some of those bounces that are coming a little bit further out. And you know, that's what Shrews was talking about this afternoon. How are you going to get extra possessions? You're going to not turn it over, and you're going to get on the offensive glass.
That's important for Notre Dame to have him at full strength to start this season. He missed the first 4 games of last year with a hand injury, and that lingered throughout the early part of the season. He struggled to find his footing, but he's looked good at times tonight. Morgan steps into a 3 up top. Nothing but nylon. Stonehill within 25 as Morgan has 8 points in the second half.
Well, he plays with great energy, and that's really important for a big guy.
Stantonovsky has returned for Notre Dame. Himes swings it to the corner. Muhammad a triple. Left it short. Morgan the rebound. That's his first. Bates left it to the right. Notre Dame keeps the pace alive.
Again, they went under that ball, that handoff, and Stonehill just not able to convert.
Tough bucket from Muhammad the other way. That's his second of the night. 4 points as he fouled the angle running out of real estate. And 15 to play. Notre Dame still exactly 50% from the field. Stantonovsky rebounds the Mellis miss. Burton slipping through traffic. So shifty, but couldn't finish. The rebound clips off of Stonehill. Will stay with Notre Dame. Let's take a second look at that Sir Muhammad bucket going down the right side.
That's a runner fading away. That's not an easy shot right there. Great conversion by Sir.
Take a look at his background. The son of former NBA forward Nazim Muhammad, an 18-year NBA power forward who went to Kentucky, won the 2005 NBA championship with the San Antonio Spurs. And Muhammad did it all this past year. His senior season at Myers Park High School, 13.5 points a game, 6.5 rebounds, 5 assists, and just under 2.5 steals. He's a versatile player. He's shown it off tonight. Notre Dame up 27.
He's going to have to get busy to match Dad. 18 years in the league. Holy mackerel.
He's got time. Just a freshman.
It's hard enough to get there. Staying there for 18 years is something, man.
Nesbitt backing down Himes. Himes stayed right with him, and the high looper didn't drop. Offensive rebound, Braeden. And now a bank open with the 3-pointer from Louis Simona. That's his 3rd triple. And with 4.5 to play, Notre Dame leads 79-55 in their season opener on the ACC network. Do you have a preference?
Whatever you guys think.
You said Alico, Braeden, or Kebba. Let's do Braeden.
Did I have that wrong?
Of what wrong?
Is that how you say his name? Alico?
No. Alico.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay. Then stop saying it wrong. I'm sorry, Will, what? So you're going to get him first?
Yeah.
And then I'll ask him one or two things.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll ask two. Okay. And then you can go straight off of what he says.
Who do we just say it's going to be?
Braeden Shrewsberry. And then are you going to ask one or two just so I know that when he wraps up whether to keep it with you or take us out?
How about if I ask two?
Okay. Perfect. Welcome back to Purcell Pavilion. 4.5 to go in regulation. Notre Dame up 24 on Stonehill, 79-55. And another look at the game summary sees Markus Burton having himself a nice night, and Notre Dame really getting it done on the interior, out-rebounding Stonehill massively and doing the work in the paint as well to come up with buckets. Irish begin with the basketball out of the break. Markus Burton, the game's leading scorer with 18 points, leaves for Alako, who has not missed tonight in his Notre Dame debut from Princeton. Njie and Burton play catch. Stonehill rotated over nicely, just 4 to shoot. Shrewsberry has to let it go, and he's got it. 16 points for Braeden Shrewsberry on 4 3-pointers. Against Notre Dame on the other end. Stonehill has already moved into the bonus. Now we'll send Todd Braeden to the line with a chance to become the Skyhawks' leading scorer. He's sitting on 11 points. 3 of 3 already from the stripe tonight. Another chance at nachos for these Notre Dame fans.
Nacho ball right here.
Oh, not quite. The tension was building.
It was.
Dramatic moment again, but Braeden delivers. It's a 26-point game.
Where are those nachos coming from?
They are coming from Legends. It's the restaurant across the parking lot over by the football stadium.
Okay.
Offensive foul against Notre Dame with 3:28 to go as Notre Dame still leads 26. Alako communicating back and forth with the bench as the Irish will go back to work defensively.
I think they got him on an illegal screen on the roll.
Kebba Njie the foul.
Yeah, well, the guy went under the screen, and you know that's always a big argument from the coach because the guy's got it. He's got to have the opportunity to roll. If he rolls into him, that's his problem.
Braeden draws the foul underneath. That'll set up a 1-and-1. Rather so 2, they just corrected it. That's the 10th foul against Notre Dame now. Double bonus for Stonehill.
So they're trying to post Burton a little bit, and that's going to happen because of size matchups and that sort of thing. And that time, you know, he was in pretty good shape, but sometimes you just have to show your hands a little bit. You know, you get those hands down in and around the hips of the guy you're trying to guard, and it's just an easy call for the officials.
Braeden, the lone Massachusetts native on this Stonehill team. Goes 2 for 2 this time around. He's taken over the team high with 14 points. Doing it while sitting on 4 personal fouls for almost the whole second half. Njie underneath, thunderous slam for Kebba Njie. That developed fast, and Njie's got 9 with 10 rebounds. Nesbitt switches on to Kebba Njie. Stepping back into the 3, left it short. Battle for the rebound, foul against Stonehill. Another look at the two-hand jam for Kebba Njie.
That's a center play right there.
But he's not a center. How about Muhammad picking him out too, the freshman?
He also he came back on the other end, got switched onto a perimeter guy, and did a great job of keeping him in front of him and taking up the space to contest that fall away 3 right there.
Both teams have entered the double bonus, so Notre Dame will shoot 2 the rest of the way. Shrewsberry good on the first, 17 points. His first foul shot of the night. Garrett Sundra, another freshman, has just checked in for Notre Dame, the second to see the floor tonight. Njie to the bench. Shrewsberry a friendly roll, 2 for 2 trip. Cole Serta, a third freshman into the game for Markus Shrewsberry. Serta's a top 90 national recruit.
And a real sniper. He can really shoot it.
26.1 points per game. Just 2 seasons ago when he was first team All-State. Bloomington Central Catholic in Illinois, played his last year at IMG. Now he'll commit a foul.
I really like the upside of Sundra as well. Can really run. He's super long, bouncy, can step out and make threes, can handle it a little bit. Just got to physically develop a little bit for the Irish.
Sundra is out of Ashburn, Virginia. Serta, Leroy, Illinois. Foul went against Sir Mohammed, so Braeden goes back to the line. He's been busy there in this second half. He's 8 for 10 in his 20.9 on Monday, and now he is 8 for 9 in this one. 16 points to lead the team for Braeden. Mohammed looking for those freshmen. Well, he's got it back from Sundra. Foul on the floor with 2:06 to play, so Mohammed's going back to the free throw line for 2 shots. This is what Markus Shrewsberry was hoping for in some of these non-conference games. Filter in the younger players. You've got 3 of them out there right now, along with Imes, a sophomore. This is a chance to really get a glimpse of the future for Notre Dame. One that, with the recruiting classes coming in, we know looks pretty bright.
I think it's a perfect pre-conference game in that, you know, you got them at home. The margin right now is pretty comfortable, but they weren't not tested tonight. I think I think Stonehill is a capable team. They run a lot of things that I think put some pressure on Notre Dame's defense, and they had to make some adjustments and figure out how they wanted to guard certain actions, and all those things are valuable as you're just stacking experiences on experiences as you build a team.
Yeah, this was not like the Purdue-Fort Wayne game, the exhibition last week. Notre Dame went up 22-4 in that one. I mean, Stonehill was within single digits pretty late in the first half. It was 46-29 Irish at halftime as Roper forces the tie ball and keeps it on the Stonehill end. Imes lost it behind him. Now there's another scramble down on the hardwood. Stonehill's got it. Nesbitt pulling free. Working on the move. Couldn't quite bank it in, and Muhammad grasps the rebound. Notre Dame will stay at home for its next contest Monday against Buffalo as Sundra rolls it in. That's his first collegiate basket.
Great lead right there off the drive.
Freshman to freshman, Notre Dame up 89-60. Notre Dame's first 3 games. Now their first 2 are at home before a trip to Georgetown on the 16th. Roper kicks it back out for Muhammad. Now Roper in the left corner. Short on the 3. Stonehill will travel to Providence to take on another high-profile program out of the Big East coming up on Saturday.
Not going to get any easier for those guys, unfortunately.
And we'll see one more ACC team down the road, Boston College on December 15th. As Nesbitt misses the fadeaway. A highlight for Notre Dame coming up later this month, the Players Era Festival in Vegas. They'll take on Rutgers in Houston. But the focus on tonight, it'll be a 29-point victory for Notre Dame as the Irish wind down the final seconds and improve to 101-21 all-time in season openers. Take one last shot clock violation with a second to go.
See, that's when you pass the ball to one of your teammates with 2 seconds to go, because then the turnover's on him, right?
Some gamesmanship to wrap it up. Notre Dame victorious in the season opener, 89-60 the final score as the Fighting Irish take down the Skyhawks of Stonehill. Notre Dame an efficient night, 51%.